Hey YouTubers, it's James again with the Greenman Alchemist YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the bell notification button to get new updates on new content. Also, if you're on Twitch and are into live streaming, either games or do-it-yourself projects, make sure to follow me and find me using my name, Greenman. So today we're going to finally do the part 2 of our tinctures. We're going to strain them and rebottle them. As I mentioned in the previous video, you want to make sure you have labels, whatever labels are appropriate. These were just strips of paper that I printed up, put some tape on. It's kind of, I don't know if you can see, kind of weird looking. I mean, it does the job, so whatever you have available, use it. But if you have the extra pennies, get some labels, make sure to write down. I'll give you an example here. I'm actually using the label that I was just talking about. Let's focus. I put the name of the tincture. Couldn't spell, so I had to kind of redo it. Put the date that I'm bottling this into. Make sure it's clean and sanitized. These are just a few examples. Sorry, it got blurry there. A few examples of tinctures that I've made. They all have different dates. This is the 28th of August, the 26th, the 28th again, and this is September 5th. So I just kind of been using or letting them sit there for a while. Since they're in alcohol, they're not gonna go rancid. What you want to do before you strain is make a decision. Do you open it and smell it? And you want to ask yourself, is the tincture strong enough? If the, hi Loki, that's my kitty cat. Yes, Daddy's doing a video. Is you want to make sure that it's strong enough for you. If it's not strong enough, strain it. You don't even have to put any more alcohol in it. Again, you want to make sure this is consumable alcohol. So any like vodka, any brandy, stuff like that. Do not use rubbing alcohol unless you're going to use this as a spray to put on your body, or if it's like an insecticide, a natural one, then use rubbing alcohol. That's a whole different video I'll make later. But again, just make sure that it is something that you consume. So again, if it's not strong enough, strain it, remove the plant material, add new plant material, and let it sit for a couple more weeks or however long. So today we're going to be straining one of my older dates of my tincture is patchouli. I love this plant, and look at that golden orange, beautiful. I've already opened this and smelled it, pretty potent, so I'm okay with that. I have my little glass bottle here, and as stated in my previous video for the rosemary and chamomile part 2 section, you want to clean your strainer first, get a whole new mesh or wash the one you have. I'm making these videos all back to back so I can show you what I have previously. This is the other one from the rosemary and chamomile. Again, do not throw this away. This is black gold waiting to be made. Compost. Do not throw away your mesh because you can wash it if it's washable. If not, if it's like a cheesecloth material, you can just put it in your sink and use Clorox and dishwashing soap and hand wash it. Another trick that I do for things that are delicate, like this material, since I cut it, it may fray. What I'll do is I'll put it in a clean sock. I have socks that I don't use or that I don't wear. I normally don't wear socks, but I'll get the cheapest socks I can find, usually at the dollar store or Walmart, wherever. Make sure that they're thin enough, they're not the thick kind, and then put your fine, materials that will fray or tear if you just throw them in the washer by themselves. Put it in there, make a little, don't tie the sock, just kind of make it, it's kind of hard to explain, but just put it in the sock, kind of folded backwards. You know how you do when you fold your socks so it can fit. Do it that way, throw it in the washer with other clothing that you want to wash on delicate, and that's one way to wash it. So that's just kind of a tidbit. So we're going to go on, get our patchouli tincture. Let me focus. We're going to open it. And if you notice, I did tape this because this is designed. Let me take this tape off. This is or was designed to, come on, to open up. Oh. This is some strong tape. So it was designed to open up and have that little spout kind of pour. But that I just closed it off because, again, I didn't want air to go through when it was fermenting in the mixture. So we're going to strain. And just know that some of these tinctures, infusions, or whatnot, if they have a high content of essential oil in the plant matter, it will stain your cloth. So that way you want to use, sorry, let me focus. You want to use material that you do not care about. This might be a little bit more hard to take out, not like the rosemary one. I just kind of stuffed in the whole leaf of the patchouli, and I definitely want to get the rest out. I'm gonna pause it here. I'm gonna get at one of my bamboo skewers and try to get the rest out of this container. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I made a boo-boo. I didn't realize, because I'm recording now with a headset and microphone, I took it off, continued the video where I picked off or left off, and didn't realize I did not have my headset on, so the audio quality was not great. So I have to edit it to where, where I left off previously. So just again, I got everything out with my wooden skewer, and as you can see, I poured it into a clean bowl. So we're going to move forward. This is going to be the container. A side note, guys, when you have your initial bottle that you're using for your tinctures, infusions, whatnot, never use them again while there's still content in there. Clean it, remove the label, Clorox with water or dishwashing liquid, clean it, and then let it air dry before you use it again. So this is the end result of the strained patchouli. I'm going to let the light reflect into it. Look how beautiful that is. It looks kind of like liquid honey, doesn't it? And it smells great. So now I'm going to funnel this with a new clean funnel. I'm going to have multiple of these into my tincture bottle. If you're prone to spills like I am, I would recommend to put the label last, because you want to clean it, close it airtight, but for the sake of the video, I just wanted to promote that you label your bottles. And one thing, you know how I've been having kind of issues with getting out the material, the plant material from the bottles. Use a container that has a wide mouth, so that way you're not kind of trying to pick it out. For the finished product, it doesn't matter how big or small the lid is. So I will be right back, because again, I make spills, so I'll be right back. One moment. So we're back. I've emptied the container, made some spills. Again, always use a wider funnel, but again, if you don't make a mess like I do, the small funnel is fine. So here it is, finished product, pretty tight, and or the lid's pretty tight. The tincture's tight too. So there it is. And you can use this for pretty much anything. Depending on the herbs, like if you're going to use anise hyssop like I have here, you can actually use it for cooking, because if you're growing it from your own garden, you know what's going in it. You're not using pesticides. You're not using, what is that stuff called? Plant fertilizer, unless it's organic and doesn't have any kind of chemicals. You can actually eat these, consume these for medicinal purposes, or even cook with them. This you can probably use for baking, depending on the strength. You can make some cookies or some bread. I love anise hyssop. Lemon balm is the bomb. This is one of my favorites to cook with, and just use for magical or medicinal purposes. Rose, a lot of Eastern, a lot of Indian traditions will have rose petal water for cooking. They use it quite often. This, it does have alcohol in it, so I wouldn't directly spray this in your face. If you use filtered water with witch hazel, this can be a mister for your face, like a toner, and I can probably make a video of that. At the time I did have a good amount of roses to make this, so I'm waiting for my rose bushes to produce more so I can dry them or use them fresh. So anyways, there you have it for your tinctures, how to strain it. This is part 2. If you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, share on your social media. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification button to get updates on my new content that I'm trying to post on a more regular basis. Also follow me on Twitch if you're into gaming. Thank you for watching.